Welcome back. The oldest museum of black culture in the country is the DuSable Museum of African American History in Chicago. Today, many people travel to Washington, D.C. to visit the National Museum of African American History and Culture. The Kansas African American Museum is right here in Wichita and offers an abundance of knowledge through history. The Kansas African American Museum has its own story.
This is the original Calvary Baptist Church.
The church became a staple in the black community in the early 1900s.
We have, of course, all kinds of pictures in our archives about the early church.
Calvary Baptist relocated in 1975. I got a walkthrough and a lesson on its past, given by its own historian, Executive Director Denise Sherman.
When this building was scheduled for demolition, some of the church members were not happy about that.
Controversy created community.
One in particular, Doris Kerr Larkins, her and her family, her sisters, actually waged a campaign against this building not being torn down.
She and others launched the first National Black History Society in 1973. In 1998, it became the Kansas African American Museum.
It really created a legacy for us. In fact, we really consider this building as one of our largest artifacts because it's one of two original buildings that are still standing from the early African American community.
Do you feel like you're living in a history book every time you come to work?
Every day I come in here, I learn something new that reminds us of how important this museum is, because as a collective, we're the only ones that really tell a comprehensive story.
The Black Belt Beginnings from 1870 to the 1930s chronicles the evolution and progression of the black community in Wichita.
This is what our community looked like. The street that we're on now, Water, it was called Church Street.
Here, they want to give people reference and offer opportunity to educate themselves.
And when we talk about culture, we encourage people to start wherever they need to start. And if they feel like they haven't had much experience in culture, it's more than just reading during Black History Month or coming to a museum or just being a part of it. You have to immerse yourself in it.
The history isn't hidden. There is a required effort to be enlightened. And the museum is in the process of expanding to a building on Main Street, which would double its size, and they're currently raising funds to fund the multi-million-dollar project.
It's just amazing because they offer so much, but when we got to visit and sharing the story that's actually with the physical museum and building.
Yeah, they offer so much history, and then also you get to hear the history about that building.